Hey guys, it's Chinyereogazi here. I'm getting ready for bed. I just got off work about 30 minutes ago, I would have to say. But I was in a parking lot and I was sitting in my car just now, and one of my coworkers, I didn't know it was my coworker, he came up to me. You know how you're just like sitting alone and you're just gathering your stuff together, putting your purse in the right hand seat and stuff, and gearing up to like start the car so you can go home. To the left side of me, behind me, and mind you, it's dark, I heard behind me. And I was like, what the fuck? I like screamed at first because I was so like caught off guard, and it's dark and I'm alone. You know what I mean? And it was like kind of like a far away or whatever. He's like, hey, it's just me. I hadn't talked to you all day, blah, blah, blah. And so after that, me and him, we just started talking or whatever. But anyway, that just like reminded me of something that happened like 3 years ago when I first moved to Houston. When I first moved here, Houston was like just so not good to me. The people were just, I don't know. I was really young when I moved here. I was 18. I just turned 18 literally within like days. And I don't know, I just had like a different mindset back then. I was very knowledgeable about people because I kept to myself, but I'm one of those people, I kind of like to think of the better. For the most part, I like to think of the better in people, and especially back then, I really had no idea of people's like motives and things like that, and how mean people can really be. So I didn't have any friends or anything like that. And I would meet women because I would do hair, and they would say, oh, you want to hang out? Or sometimes I would be out and I would just be like, you want to hang out, blah, blah, or something. I would be so bored and I had my own apartment, blah, blah, blah. So one day I did this girl's hair and we're talking and I'm trying to like make myself sound fun. And she's like, you know what, you sound fun. Do you want to go out or whatever? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And I said, when? And she said, tomorrow, let's go out. And I said, okay, but I don't have a car. And so she said, no, that's cool. I told her I would ride the bus to Highway 6 and she could like pick me up from there. And so we did that. Next day comes around, I'm getting dressed, and I didn't hear from her all day. So I'm like, okay, well, let me just call the girl, whatever, like that. I call her, and she said she didn't answer. I called her about an hour later, and she said, oh, yeah, definitely still want you to come. So we meet up with each other on Highway 6, and when I first got to the party, there were a lot of people there. I mean, it was like mainly like fat boys, white, black, mainly Nigerian people or whatever. And as soon as we get there, we're hanging out and it's fun, blah, blah. But I don't know. It's like the vibe was not there. I was not feeling nobody there. And the guys weren't cute, so it was like really no fun for me. But the more I hung out, the more I noticed that the girls were kind of separating, because when I got there, she picked me up with a car with like 5 people in it. And we were all in a circle drinking, having fun, talking. And then little by little, the girls would venture off. But this happened within like 5 minutes of us getting there, and I know nobody. Pretty much I got to the point where I was by myself. So, I'm just kind of like hanging out by the bar. They had like a little like wet bar, and then they had a kitchen island. Not too far from each other, so I would just kind of go back and forth there to, drink or whatever like that. And I had drank a lot, so I really need to pee. So I was like, okay, well, let me just like go pee or whatever. I'm the type of person, like whenever I drink, the pee goes straight down. I have to pee right then. Like my body doesn't give me like a warning, like maybe like a 10-minute. Like it literally gives me like a 30-second warning almost, and I will literally pee on myself. It's a problem. So I'm asking everybody at the party, like, where's the bathroom? Where's the bathroom? Where's the bathroom? Where's the bathroom? Everybody is drunk, so they're like, it's over there. It's over there. It's over there. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, fuck. So finally, this really drunk guy is like, it's upstairs, I think. So I'm like, okay, good. I will use that. That's fine. Fine. And so I go upstairs and I look and I don't really see like a bathroom, but there's like 7 doors, literally. This is a huge house. The house was like 2.5 stories. It was 2 stories with an attic. And so I was just going door to door. The first room was like, so the master bedroom was downstairs, but they had that door locked because we were gonna fuck it up. I went upstairs and the first door I saw was like a room, but it had no bathroom in it. The second door was a room, but it was locked. The third door was a bathroom, I presume, but somebody was using it because it was just too narrow of a passageway, you know what I mean? The fourth door was like, just like, it was a bathroom. And so I was like, yes, yes, yes. I ran in there, peed, and I just felt relief. Like, I had to pee so bad that I literally stood outside the door for a minute, like, thank God. And from like, I heard something, first of all. I heard like, ugh. You know, it was like, you know, and I was thinking, oh my God, people are really getting it on right now. Like, this is not even like a sexy, like, you know what I mean? And then I started heading downstairs. I remember that I left my purse in the bathroom, ran upstairs. I mean, you know, I hadn't even made it down the stairs. I was like not even halfway through the stairs. Ran back into the bathroom, grabbed my purse, and when I headed back out, I was like, I want to see what they're doing. You know, I'm bored or whatever. So I kind of like, the door was closed, and there was something like in front of it. I don't know what it was. It was like a bookcase, something like that in front of it. But there was like a beat drop. So the music was like boom, 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 and then it just like the beat literally dropped for a second, and I heard like shut up, like that, like literally. And I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, well, either if I go in there, it's either they're getting it on and I'm just the girl who stopped it, or something could be going bad. I was just, you know, back then, you know, I was young and naive, blah, 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 so I was just crazy. I would just kind of do anything. So anyway, I kind of like knock on the door multiple times. Nothing. The music had gone way up. You know, blah, blah, da, da, da. It's like dubstep. It was loud as fuck. I'm surprised that they didn't even call the police on us because it was so many black people there and it was so loud. I was really surprised they didn't stop the party. So anyway, he didn't answer, and it actually started getting like louder, the murmurs that I heard. And so I just kind of like pushed the door open. I pushed it open or whatever. And he is on top of her with his hands on her shoulder. So at first I go like this, but then I go like this. And she's the second he looks at me, she kind of like pushes him off a little bit. And I was screaming. I was like, oh my gosh, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, he's like looking crazy, like nothing, we're not doing nothing. And so I'm looking at him, and she, as soon as he gets off of her, so she jumps up. I'm happy that she did, and she goes that way, and I just look at her, and then as soon as I turn my head, he lunges at me and pushes me into the wall with his 2 hands on my shoulder and was like, shut the fuck up, you know what I mean, blah blah blah. And I was just like, what the fuck? He was like, he said some other stuff. It was so loud in there, but I heard that. I was reading his lips and I heard it a little bit, and I was just like, what the fuck are you doing, you know what I mean? I said it again. And so he left, and he ran downstairs, and the first thing I think about is the girl. I'm like, okay, where is she? Because when I first walked in on them, I just figured that they were about to like do something, because her top was like down and her pants were like down, kind of, you know. She was wearing like, it wasn't a romper, it was a 2-piece, but it was like a high-waisted like spandex short, and she had the exact matching top, so it looked like it was all one piece, but it was actually just like a high-waisted short and a mini top on or whatever. So like, but the top was like, I don't even know how to explain it, but it had no thing here. It was like a 90s top. It was, or a 60s top. It was really cute. I came back and saw in the 90s. Or whatever. She ran out. So I ran after her. And I was like, fuck. She's in one of these rooms. So I keep going from room to room to room to room to room. I do not see this girl. I'm like, hello. I'm looking in closets. But it's like, you're in somebody else's house. So you really can't do that. You know what I mean? So I was like, fuck. So I run downstairs. I don't see the guy anymore. And I don't see the girl. And so I tell my friends, hey, I just saw this girl. Like, she was literally about to get raped. And they're pretty much drunk by now. And the one that isn't drunk really just doesn't care. She's like, okay, well, good job. I'm glad she didn't. Like, she literally said that. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I literally just stopped somebody from getting raped. And I want to know if you guys saw her or not, or even knew who the girl was. So I had no choice but to hang out at the party until about 3 o'clock in the morning. I had got there at fucking 11 o'clock. And, at this point, it was like 1:30 at this point. I was so over it. You guys don't even understand how over it I was. I was scared to sleep on the couch after I saw what happened, but I saw a bunch of people laid out sleeping. And so I walk outside, and this was about 20 minutes after that incident happened. And the guy, he had left. He had driven off in like a red truck or whatever. I remember because I saw them come in with the red truck. And actually, after I spoke to the girl, I ran outside because I just started having this like little like panic attack whenever I start not really knowing what to do, or somebody like attacked me. Like, he put his hands on me, you know, he pushed me into the wall like that and was cursing in my face. And so I start panicking, and sometimes I don't really know what to do. So I went outside for some fresh air, and I remember seeing him and his friends. He was in the front seat just chilling in the car laughing with his friends in the front seat. And there was one friend in the back, and he had like jumped in the back. It was like a red pickup truck, and I remember like the last 3 or 4 digits of it. And I had like an old like flip phone, not flip phone, I had an old like Metro PCS phone, and I remember putting it in or whatever. I just remember dialing the last 4 digits just so I can remember, and I remember it was a red truck. I didn't know if it was going to do anything, but I just remember thinking to myself, like, this guy could do this to somebody else and he could actually get away with it. Who knows if he's actually even done this to somebody else. The party was so loud, there were so many people, you know what I mean? And he probably goes to every party and does stuff like this. So I ended up seeing the girl outside. She was like, I just kind of like made the block, whatever. And when I came back to the house, I know it's dangerous to do that at night, you know, making the block, whatever. But anyway, I came back to the house, and she was at the bar drinking or whatever, because apparently her friends were still there too, and they were her ride. So I went up to her and I was like, hey, you know. And so at first she was trying to avoid me, like she didn't even see me. So I was like, okay, you know, whatever. We went outside, and she told me, she was like, thank you. She said she was scared for her life. She said she didn't mean to run. She apologized for running out, that she was shaking and she was scared and all that stuff. And I was like, don't be scared. Like, I said, don't be afraid or whatever. What do you want to do something about this? I know it was kind of early to ask, but since it was fresh, you know what I mean? It could have been something. So I told her, look, I have the last 4 of his, of the pickup truck. It was like some numbers and some letters that I know for sure were it. The pickup truck had a letter in it, but I dialed like 3 numbers, but I knew that it had like a C or A in it, so I couldn't dial like C, but I knew I knew the letter. I told her it. She did not want to, she said that she was actually just visiting from out of town. She was from like Boston or something, and that she actually had to be back in like 2 days, so she didn't want to get the police involved, blah blah blah. And I totally get it. The police sometimes make things a really big deal, and on top of making things a really big deal, they do nothing about it. So I was just like, you know, I understand, I get it, and stuff. So she explained to me that she was upstairs, and during the party she had saw him and she thought he was cute or whatever. So they were talking a little bit and nothing really happened. She went upstairs, like me, looking for the bathroom, which is what really got me. I like was about to tear up, because that could have been me, and somebody most likely would not have heard me, because a lot of people don't really look at their surroundings and things like that, you know? Like I wouldn't have if I wouldn't have forgot my purse. So she said he had some ecstasy or whatever, and he was like, you want some? And she said, let me see, let me go to the bathroom first and then I'll be back. He grabbed her by the arm and yanked her into the room. And she said that she had been struggling with him for like 5 minutes, and like the first 2 minutes were of her trying to like reason with him and stuff, and that's why she was just laying there, you know. And then the last 3 minutes was literally a struggle, and that if I hadn't busted in or whatever there, that if another minute had went by, he definitely would have like raped her for sure. And that just like really broke my heart and everything. I mean, it's just crazy. Like we're just taught to like not dress a certain way, not look a certain way, not be out at night, not do this and that, but we're not teaching people not to rape, because it's just like people think that it's just like it's something that we should already know. I feel like it is something that you should already know, but instead of making people feel like the victims are the problem, we need to make the people who are doing these things the problem and let them know that you are a rapist, you are an attempted rapist, you are a molester, you are this, you are that. I think, you know, from childhood you should warn children, like being mannish and looking at girls' dresses and touching girls' private parts, that's not cute, like stop laughing it off and stuff. Like a lot of that I noticed stems from that. And me, when I was younger, I was in foster care, and I just saw so many things go on, and I was lucky because I had my brother in it and with me and things like that. So yeah, guys, in this video I just wanted to remind you all to just please be aware of your surroundings. Because of the things that happened to me when I was living in Houston, I am so aware of things now. I literally, if I'm walking outside, even if it's to my car, I will literally stop dead and I will look around and see if I hear any footsteps or anything. I mean, I'm just so aware now, and I always let my friends know if anything happens to them, like, I got your back. I already know that you didn't deserve it. I don't give a damn what you're wearing. I don't care if you were butt naked, twerking for the gods. I don't give a damn. You don't deserve to be raped or anything like that, you know. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna go to bed. It's been a really long night. It's almost, you know, midnight.